In this video, we're going to explain everything you need to know to travel to Paris, the most complete video you'll watch today about this destination, with the best tips. So let's get started. Paris, the city of light. Few places in the world capture the imagination like this one. It's the capital of gastronomy, art, fashion, and romance. But organizing a trip here can be challenging, with so many attractions and famous neighborhoods. Let's start with the absolute icons, what you cannot miss. The first, of course, is the Eiffel Tower. It is the symbol of Paris and is even more impressive in person. You can admire it for free from below, from the Champ de Mars Gardens, or from the Trocadero, which has the perfect view. But you can also go up. The tower has 3 floors. You can buy a ticket for the second floor or for the summit. We recommend going all the way to the top. The view from 300 meters high is unforgettable. The elevator ticket to the summit costs about 30 euros. The golden tip is to buy this ticket online weeks or even months in advance, as they sell out very quickly. The best time to go up is in the late afternoon, so you can see the city by day, watch the sunset, and see it light up. At night, every hour on the hour, the tower sparkles for 5 minutes. To get there, use the metro, line 6, and get off at the Bir Hakeim station. The second attraction is the Louvre Museum. It is the most famous and most visited art museum in the world, the former home of the kings of France. It is gigantic. It's where masterpieces like the Mona Lisa, the Winged Victory of Samothrace, and the Venus de Milo are kept. It's impossible to see everything in one day. Our tip is to focus on the wings you're most interested in, like the Egyptian antiquities, Greek sculptures, and Italian paintings. The ticket costs 22 euros. Buy in advance and book your time slot online. The museum is usually less crowded on Wednesday and Friday nights when it closes later. Set aside at least 3 to 4 hours. To get there, take Metro Line 1 or 7 and get off at the Palais Royal Musée du Louvre station. Third, Notre Dame Cathedral. Even after the tragic fire, it remains the heart of Paris. It's located on the Île de la Cité, the island where the city was born. Currently, it's not possible to visit the interior as it's under restoration. But an external visit is mandatory. Walking around it, seeing the Gothic architecture and the sheer scale of the reconstruction is already moving. To get there, take Metro Line 4 and get off at the Cité station. Fourth, the Arc de Triomphe and the Champs-Élysées Avenue. The Arc de Triomphe was commissioned by Napoleon Bonaparte and is an imposing monument. It stands in the middle of a giant 12-avenue roundabout. Our tip is to climb to the top of the arch. The view from there is, in our opinion, the most beautiful in Paris, as you see the city's perfect axis, with the Champs-Élysées on one side, La Défense on the other, and the Eiffel Tower sparkling in the distance. The ticket to go up costs about 13 euros afterward. Walk down the famous Champs-Élysées Avenue, from the luxury shops to the Place de la Concorde, where the Egyptian obelisk stands. Fifth, the Musée d'Orsay. If you like Impressionism, this museum is your place. It is housed in a beautiful former train station. It's much easier to navigate than the Louvre and has an incredible collection, featuring the most important works by Monet, Renoir, Degas, and Van Gogh. Don't miss the giant clock on the top floor. The ticket costs about 16 euros. To get there, take Metro Line 12 and get off at the Solferino station. Sixth, the Montmartre neighborhood and the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. This is the most charming and bohemian neighborhood in Paris. Take the metro and get off at the Anvers station. From there, you can walk up the hill or take the funicular, which costs the same as a metro ticket. At the top is the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, which is beautiful and free to enter. The view of Paris from up there is also spectacular. Afterward, get lost in the neighborhood streets. Go to the Place du the square filled with artists painting, and see the famous Moulin Rouge Cabaret at the bottom of the hill. Finally, an essential day trip, the Palace of Versailles. It is not in Paris, but in the neighboring town of Versailles, about an hour away by train. Take the RER train, line C, towards Versailles Chateau. The palace is the ultimate symbol of the luxury and power of the French kings. The main attraction inside is the Hall of Mirrors, the passport ticket, which gives access to the palace, the gardens, and Marie Antoinette's estate, costs about 21 euros. Reserve a full day for this visit, as the gardens are gigantic and marvelous. Entry to the gardens is free, except on days of the musical fountains show. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and Versailles often sell out days before. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Skip the line tickets for the Louvre, timed entry tickets for the Eiffel Tower, the Versailles passport, and the unmissable Seine River cruise, all at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, like walking tours of Montmartre or Le Marais. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper. international travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all the attractions we mentioned, the good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, the car rental comparator, although we don't recommend it for Paris, and the global account, to carry euros paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save this page to your favorites and use it when planning. It will make your trip much easier and save you a lot of money. When is the best time to visit Paris? In our opinion, the best times are spring, from April to June, and fall, in September and October. In spring, the city's gardens are in full bloom and the temperatures are mild. In the fall, the summer crowds are gone and the colors of the trees make the city even more beautiful. We recommend avoiding the month of August. It's the holiday month for Europeans. The city is packed with tourists, and many Parisians close their small shops and travel, so the city loses a bit of its soul. Summer in general can be very hot. Winter, from November to March, is cold, with short days, but it has the magic of Christmas in December. With the lights and Christmas markets, January and February are the coldest and least crowded months. Good for those looking to save money. And how many days to stay in Paris? Paris is a city to be savored, not rushed. The bare minimum to see the basics is 4 full days. But for a first trip, we recommend staying at least 7 days. With 7 days, you can do all the main attractions we mentioned, calmly explore the charming neighborhoods like Le Marais and Saint-Germain, and still take the full-day trip to Versailles without rushing. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. Paris is expensive, and lodging will be one of your biggest expenses. The city is divided into 20 districts, or arrondissements. For tourists, the best location is in the center, in the first 6 or 7 arrondissements. Our favorite region is Le Marais, which is in the 3rd and 4th arrondissements. It's super central. You can walk to many places like Notre Dame and the Louvre. It's a historic neighborhood with medieval streets, full of cool boutiques, bars, restaurants, and a lively nightlife. Another great area is Saint-Germain-des-Prés, in the 6th arrondissement. It's the classic chic side of Paris, near the Musée d'Orsay and the Luxembourg Gardens. It's famous for historic cafes like Café de Flore, but it's an area with generally more expensive hotels. Staying near the Eiffel Tower in the 7th arrondissement is a quieter, more residential option, great for families, but be aware that you'll be a bit far from the buzz of Le Marais and much of the nightlife. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here, on the QR code, on the screen, and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location, at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. There's one that is very cheap and super well located, an excellent budget option, and another one that's a bit nicer, in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The earlier you book your hotel, the less you will pay. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. Now let's talk about transportation. How to get around Paris? The answer is simple. Metro. The Paris Metro is one of the oldest and most efficient in the world. It takes you absolutely everywhere in the city quickly and cheaply. The stations are very close to each other. A single ticket, called a T+, costs about €2.15. But the best tip for saving money is to buy the Navigo Découverte Pass. It's a weekly pass, valid from Monday to Sunday. It costs €30 plus €5 for the card the first time. You will need a small photo for the card, so bring one from home. With this pass, you get unlimited travel on the metro, buses, and RER trains in all zones of Paris, including the trip to Charles de Gaulle and Orly airports, and also to the Palace of Versailles. It's an amazing value. And of course, be prepared to walk a lot. Paris is a city to be discovered on foot. And a car? Forget it. Renting a car in Paris is the worst idea. The traffic is chaotic, and parking is impossible and extremely expensive. And Uber? It works, but because of the traffic, the metro is often faster and always much cheaper. Mandatory documentation for travelers. To enter France, which is part of the European Schengen area, you need 2 things. First, your valid passport, and second, travel insurance. Unlike the United States, travel insurance in Europe is mandatory under the Schengen Treaty. With a minimum coverage of €30,000, they can ask for proof of your insurance at immigration. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there's the comparator we use that always finds the insurance at half the price. And be aware, soon, an electronic travel authorization called ETIAS will also be mandatory, so check on that before you travel. Let's talk shopping. Paris is the capital of fashion. The Champs-Élysées is the most touristy avenue, with flagship stores like the Disney Store and Paris Saint-Germain. as well as popular brands. The giant department stores are an attraction in themselves. Go to Galeries Lafayette and Printemps on Boulevard Haussmann. Even if you don't buy anything, go up to the rooftop terrace of Galeries Lafayette. The view of the Opera Garnier and the Eiffel Tower is beautiful and free. For designer boutiques and cool French brands, the Le Marais neighborhood is the place. And for those who want outlets, the best one is La Vallée Village. It's about 40 minutes from Paris, and you get there by taking the same RERA train that goes to Disneyland. Now, the most important shopping tip: tax-free. The tax in France, called TVA, is 20% and is included in the price. As a tourist, you can request a refund of part of this tax on purchases over €100 and 1 cent, made in the same store on the same day. When paying, ask for the day tax form and present your passport. Keep all the forms and validate them at the electronic kiosks at the airport before you check your bags, as they may ask to see the products. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps us a lot. Speaking of gastronomy, eating in Paris is an event. You can't leave without trying a warm croissant or a pain au chocolat from a neighborhood boulangerie in the morning. Try the street crepes, both sweet and savory. Experience bistro classics like French onion soup, bœuf bourguignon, which is a beef stew cooked in wine, or a good steak frites, which is steak and fries. And of course, the pastries like macarons. We'll give you 3 restaurant suggestions. To save a lot of money and have a classic Parisian experience, go to Bouillon Chartier. It's a huge restaurant from the early 1900s with a beautiful grand hall. The food is traditional French and super cheap. A main course costs around 10 to 15 euros. There's usually a line out the door, but it moves fast. For a mid-range meal, a classic is Le Relais de l'Entrecôte. It's famous for having only one dish, a sliced steak with a delicious secret sauce and unlimited French fries. It costs about 30 euros per person. It also has a line. And for a quick and famous bite in the Le Marais neighborhood, go to La du Falafel. It's considered the best falafel sandwich in the world. It costs about 8 euros and is a complete meal. And how much does it cost to eat in Paris? The city has a reputation for being expensive, but it has its tricks. A full Big Mac combo costs about 12 euros. A small bottle of mineral water at a restaurant can cost 6 euros. The golden tip is, ask for a carafe d'eau. It's a carafe of tap water, which is high quality in Paris, and it's free. A demi-beer, which is small, costs about 5 euros. A glass of house wine, the vin de la maison, costs the same and is usually much better. A budget meal, like a crepe or sandwich, costs less than 10 euros. A lunch at a bistro using the menu du jour, which is the menu of the day, with an appetizer and main, costs about 20 euros. A full dinner at a mid-range restaurant will be around 30 to 40 euros per person. And the tip, or pourboire, service is already included in the bill in France. It's not mandatory like in the US. It's kind to leave 1 or 2 euros in coins if you received excellent service. What about nightlife? The Parisian nightlife is more focused on bars and restaurants than on big clubs. The Le Marais and Bastille neighborhoods are the liveliest, full of bars for young people. Saint-Germain has classic jazz bars. And the most famous tourist activity is seeing a cabaret show at the Moulin Rouge. It's a spectacular show with can-can dancers. Very luxurious. It's expensive. The ticket for the show alone costs over 100 euros, but it's a classic. Traveling with kids? Paris is great for children. They will love the Luxembourg Gardens. It has an amazing paid playground, a classic carousel, and the famous puppet theater, the Tuileries Garden, near the Louvre, also has a carousel and playground. Disneyland Paris is a full-day trip that they will absolutely love. And the Museum of Natural History, especially the Gallery of Evolution, with the parade of animals, is fascinating for little ones. Combining your trip, Paris is a perfect hub in Europe. By high-speed train, the TGV, you can get to many places quickly. You can go to London using the Eurostar train, which crosses the English Channel in 2 hours and 15 minutes. You leave from the center of Paris and arrive in the center of London. It's the easiest combination. You can also go to Brussels or Bruges in Belgium in under 2 hours, or to Amsterdam in the Netherlands in about 3 hours. And within France, you can take a train to the Loire Valley to see the castles, or to Lyon, the capital of gastronomy. If you liked the video, like and subscribe to our channel to always travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much, and have a great trip.